Aloha mai kako, I'm Rob Yagi, and I'll be your guide on a walking tour of one of Hawaii's native dry forests right here in Waikōloa on the west coast of Hawaii Island. On today's walking tour, we'll be exploring what makes this rugged landscape so unique and what the Waikōloa Dry Forest Initiative is doing to preserve, protect, and restore this unique ecosystem. So strap on those boots and let's get going. Waikōloa is a vast arid region neighboring Pu'uanohulu to the south, Lalomilo to the north, and Anai Ho'omalu at the coastline. Waikōloa is known for being one of the driest regions in all of Hawaii, and is also known for its strong winds. Today, the vistas of Waikōloa are filled with vast lava fields, sweeping grasslands, and sparse kiawe trees. But the truth is, Waikōloa didn't always look this way. It was once a diverse forest full of beautiful trees, unique flowers, and useful plants. Now, as a result of wildfire and damage caused by invasive plants and animals, it is estimated that only 5% of Hawaii's dry forests still remain. But only sporadic relics of this once grand forest still stand. The critically endangered uhi-uhi and the culturally significant wili-wili are some of the only remnants of the once large and vibrant forest that once stood here. In this particular region, wili-wili was and still is the most iconic of this ecosystem. This tree has been named Hi'ialo, and one meaning of Hi'ialo is to be in such a place where your loved ones can see you, held close to the chest, or upon returning from a long journey. Hi'ialo guides us, and we hope that by sharing this tree and this place with people, that they will continue to be loved and cared for. People have always had a reverence for wili-wili, both because of its useful wood and because it's always changing in response to the one thing that makes this forest so unique: rainfall, or lack thereof. As the rains return to the drylands, as we're seeing now, the wili-wili canopies are green and lush. And as the leaves begin to fall away, orange bark of the branches is revealed right as we move into summer. These trees can remain dormant for months in the severe droughts, but typically they'll create flower buds and make beautiful orange flowers in the heat of the dry season. These flowers will attract birds with their beautiful showy petals and ample supply of nectar. And finally, the trees will complete their cycle by producing these amazing red seeds which will drop down to the soil and wait for the rain. Hi'ialo, this ancient wili-wili tree, is a symbol of resilience, a snapshot of the past, and guides us as we rebuild the forest for the future. While wili-wili is an important keystone species of this ecosystem, it is one of many unique and storied plants that belong in this forest. We have the habitat builders like Ilima and A'ali'i that grow quickly, make a lot of leaf litter, and start to rebuild the soil that once was here. We also have the ground covers, such as Ili'e'e, Avikibiki, and Kualiaba, that will cover up areas that might otherwise be invaded by weeds. We have the larger trees like the Iliahi and Lama that will continue to grow and create the overstory of this forest once again. And then there are other species that are so rare that they only exist in these protected areas or have been reduced to very low numbers, like the Ko'oloa'ula or the uhi-uhi that still persists in Waikōloa. Restoration can be a challenging concept, and when we don't have an exact blueprint to restore to, it's important that we pay attention and let the forest guide the way sometimes. Each plant tells us a story, and as we learn more about each story, we gain a better understanding of this forest. Over time, this forest will be able to sustain itself. The plants will continue to grow, seed, and become more diverse, edging out the invasive species that currently thrive in this degraded landscape. To get there, though, it requires a lot of work. Restoration isn't something that we do for ourselves, nor could we be successful without a community that actively participates and engages in the stewardship of this amazing place. Since establishing the preserve, we have been fortunate enough to have the support of the community behind us and have welcomed learners and volunteers of all ages and backgrounds to experience the forest. As people connect or reconnect to the forest, a greater understanding is happening. A greater understanding of our place, our communities, our families, and even ourselves. And who knows where that connection will lead to next. Mahalo for joining me in the forest today. We hope to see you in the preserve soon, and that you'll join us in the rewarding work of restoring this incredible landscape.